Now that we have their stats, I can properly review the banner. So today I'm gonna share some of my opinions and recommendations towards the new Christmas banner and the new units released to the Glorious Gifts banner. As is tradition, all the new units are armored units, such as every other Christmas banner that happened. Our first unit to review is Nino, which so far only had green tomes for her original version and flying alt in Fire Emblem Heroes, but now she gets her own blue tome, along with a stat line pretty similar to her other versions, but with a pretty good boost to go with the armor BST. As for her stats, she comes with an amazing 41 speed with a super boom and great attack to complement her base kit. Although she comes with low defense and a mediocre resistance, she's an armored tome unit with 169 BST with a better focus on attack speed, even when compared to Halloween Ileana, which has the same BST 169, but Ileana focuses more on her defenses and attack. In my opinion, Nino's focus on attack and speed really complement her very well as an offensive tome unit. About her skills, she comes with 10 and Bit Plus, an inheritable and refinable tome that has an effect similar to Soul Lance, but it's weaker, which is the effect to recover HP every hit unit inflicts, regardless of how much damage it deals, making a great self-sustaining weapon. The difference is with Soul Lance is that Soul Lance, Forsyth's PRF, you deal damage and recover 10 HP. With 10 and Bit Plus, you only recover 5 HP, so it's half the damage. But you have the advantage of being inheritable and refinable to every blue tome unit. And is a weapon more suited for tankier units? Well, because it lacks kind of the offensive focus Nino would like. So changing for Blar Blade Plus would also be best for offensive, while 10 and Bit Plus would be amazing for defense builds, or even builds that try to min-max your stats, or even special fighter with other skills that require HP thresholds. She also gets Rally Attack Rest Plus and Attack Speed Form. Attack Speed Form 3 is an amazing skill for her high speed and attack, but it comes with a single problem. It relies too much on ally proximity, which I would say is a problem usually, but since she's an armored unit, since they have only one movement, the armored units, for Nino it's easier to activate the plus 7 effect of Attack Speed Form 3, since she doesn't move that far away, so she's often close to her allies. She also comes with Bolt Fighter, a skill that really isn't the best for Nino, considering her speed, which is already enough to get follow-ups, so a skill that guarantees follow-up attacks like Bolt Fighter is really not that necessary. So another skill like Special Fighter, which also slows down cooldown charge for foe, inflicting the guard effect. Meanwhile, Special Fighter requires the 50 HP threshold, something Bolt Fighter doesn't have. The 50 HP threshold, 50% HP threshold, can be patched up due to the combo of 10 and Beat. So every single hit you inflict recovers HP. So if you take some damage, you recover even more due to 10 and Bit, so you can keep using Special Fighter. Armor March is also a great support skill that essentially turns Winter Nino into an infantry unit, because she'll get the 2 movement infantry units have. And if you manage to snag another Winter unit from year 1, 2 or Glorious Gifts, you're set with the extra movement. And aside from Nino, we also have Sothis. Just to clarify, I recorded this video in 2 parts, and I did not know about Winter Sothis at the time of recording the rest. So here goes. 185 BST. I was expecting Sothis to be another new armored mana kit with 180 BST, or at most 181, 182, just to crack the record. But, well, she flew way off the mark by getting 185. This would already make her the best new whale bait, but her stat spread makes her truly shine as probably the new arena/ether race strat. With 41 base speed, a whopping 6 more speed from our previous record breaker, Legendary Tiki. Great balanced defensive resistance at the low or mid 30s, and overall it's just the shiny new look of 185 BST. At what power can we get from armored little girls? She comes with Snow's Grace, a breath that has the same effect as her mythic version breath, which is Sublime Surge, which is to neutralize effective against dragon effects. So she's essentially an infantry magic unit without having the 2 range. She's a dragon that doesn't get affected, that doesn't get killed by falchions, for example. But it also gets a Christmas upgrade, which is to get plus 3 speed base and getting plus 5 to all stats if her HP is above 50%, which is also a great combo with her next skill, which is also a straight up copy from her mythic version, which is Sirius. Sirius is a 2 cooldown special that has the same SP cost as Ether, which is amazing for arena scoring, and it's also a self-healing special, just like Ether, but it's way cheaper to proc. And the self-healing special, it helps maintain Special Fighter and Snow's Grace, so it's an amazing combo with her base kit, and it also boosts damage by 30% of her speed, making it truly the best special she can use. Since her PRF doesn't get this encounter normally, which is something Sublime Surge had, she gets this encounter for her A slot, which also makes Lightning Breath not that required for her. You can still change Snow's Grace for Lightning Breath due to it being refinable, but yeah, the combo of this encounter on A slot and Snow's Grace is pretty amazing. And it's also cheap because you don't need to invest that much on her. Special Fighter is a great skill also because of its combo with the self-healing Sirius, which secures Special Fighter procs, while also making Sirius even faster to proc, which makes her especially dangerous when above 50% HP, because it triggers Snow's Grace and Special Fighter. And if you somehow leave her under the 50% HP threshold, once Sirius procs, she will return all of her HP back, or at least most of it. As for her last skill, she gets Threat and Attack Res 3, which inflicts Attack Res -5 to all foes within 2 spaces of Sophis at the start of turn, and Attack Res +5 to Sophis if that condition is met, which is a great skill for reducing damage Sophis takes, and allows her to deal even more damage. The only problem is that it requires foe to be within 2 spaces of her at the start of turn, which means she might get attacked by ranged units first. So for example, if she's going against a Tharja, for example, for Sophis to be at the start of turn within 2 spaces of her, Tharja would have to attack her first, so that's a big problem. And that the effect of attack res -5 to foe might be cancelled by Harsh Command or even Restore for the foe, or the effect you get, attack res +5 to you, can be removed by Panic. And that's something to have in mind when using Threat and Attack Res 3 or even any threatened skill. As for Zephiel, he is the only slow unit out of the 5 new ones, with a meddling 19 speed. But since he has 179 BST, he dumps his speed to his defense and resistance, both reaching the 40 range with low merges, and an attack that would just love a 16 might PRF to toy around. He also gets an amazing HP stat for if you want to use it for panic ploys or even sudden panic. Fun fact, the toy fox he carries around is supposed to be a present for his sister, Guinevere, as you can see from this in-game dialogue between Zephiel and Guinevere. His skills don't complement each other that well, aside from the HP recovery he gets from Bell Ringer, a weapon that has the same effect as Tenon Bit. His skills can be changed around to get Distant Counter, Barrier Blade, or other skills that give his base kit the edge it needs, because, well, first of all he only has 4 skills, and then after that it's all just generic armor kit. So yeah, it's not the best idea to give him his base kit, but still a notable mention for Fodder is his C skill, Death Res Gap, a skill that grants defense and resistance +5 to the unit on your team that has the highest sum of defense plus resistance, meaning it's an amazing support for armored units with overall high bulk, especially armored Manakits, while it also affects units regardless of your distance to them. So if Zephiel or anyone you fodder Death Res Gap to is far away from your support unit, it will still affect them, meaning it's amazing for chill or heroes that use chill skills, such as chill attack, Wind's Brand, For Blaze. And well, that's it for Zephiel. I really don't have that much to say about him. But I do have a lot of stuff to talk about our newest duo hero, which is Marth and Elise, the Prince and Princess of Althea. These are the newest duo heroes, which means Marth and Elise, the duo, gets 185 BSC in Arena, its Arena boost, and grants them access to a dual skill to be used once per map, which I'll talk about later. The BST boost they get means they are amazing units for arena scoring and that you'll be seeing them a lot in your arena runs. Marth has 41 speed, which is the second highest speed set in the game, only losing to Marita, which launched in the previous banner for Book for Beginners, Purity and more. And you can check out my opinion on her and the banner on my last banner review video. Marth also has low defense and resistance for an armored unit, but that really won't matter when taking the dual effect into consideration, because regardless of how low his stats are, he'll still get 155 BST in Arena. As for their skills, they come with Tangrisner, a bow that grants plus 3 speed, bringing him up to 44 speed, while also granting Marth plus 3 to all stats and faster cooldown charge if either there's a visible buff on him, so if you get rally skill, hone skill, any visible buff, or if he gets extra movement from skills like Armor March, Armored Boots, you get the plus 3 to all stats and faster cooldown charge. So it's an amazing bow that, oh, and also it's effective against flying units, just like every bow in the game. So it's an amazing bow that completely replaces the need for fighter skills or heavy / flashing blade. He also comes with the same special legendary Marth has, Fire Emblem, which is fast to proc, especially with Tangrisner, is just like Sirius is as expensive on SP as Ether, and it's also a great support skill, because it grants plus 4 to all of his and his allies' stats, while also boosting damage by 30% of Marth's speed, which is especially dangerous when considering his base kit and his base speed. He gets attack speed form, which I've already talked about for Nino, and well, it overall makes Fire Emblem even more dangerous, considering he has 44 base speed, plus 3 from Tangrisner, plus 7 from attack speed forms, so yeah, Fire Emblem's gonna be pretty heavy. He gets a new B skill as well, Daring Fighter, which neutralizes skills that prevent units follow-ups, such as Wary Fighter, while also getting the Desperation effect at, well, a higher HP threshold, which is 80%. Usually Desperation 3 has 75%, you need to be under 75% HP to proc Desperation, but Daring Fighter, you need to be under 80% threshold. It's essentially power-crept armor Desperation, but since it has the same HP threshold as Brazen skills, it makes Brazen attack speed 3 or 4, also a great option for his A skill or even Sacred Seal. And well, about his dual skill. Its effects are to grant bonus doubler to only armored and flying units within 3 rows centered on unit, along with plus 3 to all their stats, making for a total of plus 6 to all of his and armored and flying allies' stats. It is a great skill, but the problem is how limited it is, only targeting half of the movement types and only targeting at most 3 rows at once. For our final unit, we have Jafar, the Tempest Trials reward, an armored green dagger unit, which, just like the rest of the banner, is super fast, reaching 37 speed at 5 star, unlike Winter Cecilia last year, who was super slow. Since he has 174 BST, which is 7 more from Winter Cecilia, he also manages to get a really good defense and resistance for bulky builds, both in the low 30s, and a great attack, especially for dagger units, which tend to get really low attack stats. And he has Minty Cane, a dagger that has the same effects as Tenenbit and Bell Ringer, along with amazing skills for fodder, such as Death Res Bond 3, which was exclusive to... sorry, not exclusive. It was released last Christmas for Winter Fae, and was also released for Forsyth in the meantime. And also Gold Armor, along with Reciprocal Aid. And by having armor movement and being winter themed, it's very similar to... Oh, and also, it's a dagger unit. It's very similar to Winter Cecilia. And if Winter Cecilia was a popular choice to plus 10, I'm pretty sure Jafar will be as well. In the Tempest Trials, you'll also be able to get Warding Blow, Steady Posture, Distant Counter Guard as seals. With Distant Guard. Oh, sorry, Distant Counter will be so overpowered. Distant Guard. With Distant Guard being the potential best one for supportive units. And overall, this Christmas banner is one of the best ones to pull for if you're going for high BST armored units. And well, that's it. Thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment on your favorite new unit and who you're going to pull on this banner. See you next time, and may you get good luck trying to summon the units you want.